Nancy Mace's announcement of a gubernatorial run, just the latest shockwave in South Carolina politics. There's the governor, there's the senator, and District 1 Congress all up for grabs. I got a chance to sit down with the University of South Carolina political science professor, Dr. Kirk Randazzo, to break down some of these races, starting with the battle for governor.
I think it's going to be a pretty hot contested race on the Republican side, and essentially whoever wins that primary is almost virtually guaranteed the governorship. The real question is going to be, once this campaign heats up and we get into the substance of all of the issues that are facing South Carolina, will Mace be able to go toe to toe with someone like an Alan Wilson or a Ralph Norman, who are incredibly savvy politicians themselves?
Is Lindsey Graham vulnerable this year to potentially losing re-election bid?
You know, that's a fantastic question as well. And Lindsey Graham, whether you love him or hate him for his politics, the one thing he has repeatedly demonstrated is just staying power. He can come back and wage a political fight like no one I have ever seen. You do have some notable challengers, Andre Bauer, maybe it might be the most visible, but Bauer really hasn't been in the spotlight for years. And so I think Graham he's gonna have to spend some money, but he's sitting on a tremendous war chest to begin with. And given his savviness, given his experience, given the fact that he has been in these situations multiple times, leads me to believe that he's got a really decent chance of getting reelected. Democrats, they really need to figure out sort of who they are, both nationally and certainly within the state of South Carolina. And until they have figured that one out, I think the state will remain solidly in the Republican camp.
There's a possibility Mace would run both for Congress and for governor at the same time. Is that legal in South Carolina?
It's really going to depend on her fundraising. If it takes off like she hopes it will, then I see her staying in the gubernatorial race a whole lot longer. I'm just not convinced that it's going to take off like she hopes it will, like she needs it to. And so I think at the end of the day, she will recognize that District 1 is the safer race, is the cheaper race for her. And I think she stays where she is and continues to be kind of like Ralph Norman, continues to be that maverick voice in the House that has garnered a fair amount of attention.
Does her ego allow that to happen?
Well, that's a really good question. I don't know. I think the ego, if the fundraising doesn't come in, the ego is going to have a reality check that might be brutal, and will happen relatively early.
I've got much more with Dr. Randazzo about the District 1 congressional race, why Democratic presidential candidates are already coming to South Carolina, and his choices right now to take or hold their seats. That's all at WSAV.com/ElectionHQ.